All right, so it's 3-5 already. We have 5 viewers, so welcome to the webinar. Thanks a lot for joining us on time. And today we're going to talk about how to create hyper-personalized content. I think we can get it started. We'll probably have more latecomers joining us during the course of the webinar. So just let's get it started. So today with me, I'm David Anastasis, of Content Tools. Today with me, I have Valentin Radu, CEO of OmniConvert. OmniConvert is an amazing startups that helps companies and agencies optimize their websites for maximum conversions and engage their readers. And so today with us is Valentin. And Valentin, do you want to tell a little bit more about you to our audience?
Yeah, hello everyone. Hi David, thanks for inviting me. I just want to tell you that I'm one of the happiest persons I know, and I have a lot of joy on building this company. We already have almost 4 years since we've started. And in this webinar I will try to give as much value as I can in order to have our audience understanding how to use personalization and interactions to get more from their existing traffic.
Awesome. So, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. You know, get the most out of your traffic, engage your readers, engage your target audience, and how to do that. So why are we going to talk about this? First of all, we have to talk about the big problem that is going on with content marketing right now. One size fits all content basically simply doesn't work anymore. Why is that happening? This is because of a phenomenon called by some experts the content shock. Michael Sheffer especially coined this name, and it refers to the fact that during the last years, the amount of content has been produced on the internet, and so that has been floating our audiences' laptops or mobiles or computers, has been doubling and increasing at an incredible rate. And this, of course, caused a very hard time for us marketers to engage our readers, because their attention has to be split among so many different sources and the content offers that it's impossible to engage them. So what do we need to do? The solution is to give our audience a reason to come, stay, and convert. And how can we do that? Well, we need to create engaging content that is relevant to them. So these are the two main things. First of all, it needs to be relevant. Secondly, it needs to be engaging. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about during this webinar. How to create hyper-personalized content so that we can engage our readers and increase their conversion rates on our site. So what we're going to talk about, first, we're going to talk about how to create content that speaks to your readers. So this is going to be the first topic, and see some practical ways to make that happen. Second, we're going to learn how to design an engaging experience, and Valentin is going to help me out with this because, again, they are experts in content optimization. And then we'll talk about experimenting and optimizing, so how to test and optimize. So first of all, as I said, create content that speaks to your readers. That's fundamental. And you can get this done in 3 steps. First of all, you need to create a buyer persona. Second, design a buyer journey. And third, build a content machine. These are the topics that we'll talk about in a second. But first, let's understand what it means to create content that speaks to your readers. Again, as we mentioned before, one size fits all content simply doesn't work anymore. You need to communicate to your readers something that is relevant to his doubts, is relevant to his needs, his goals, the opportunity that he has in front of him. And so you need to select the right topics in order to create something that, again, resonates with them. But that's not enough. You also need to speak like your target audience. You cannot talk to somebody in a language that he cannot understand. So it's fundamental for you to match and combine these 2 elements, and then build content, build the content machines that will help you create a steady flow of content. So the first thing is creating a persona. What is a persona? A persona is a fictional character that will represent the archetype of your target audience. So basically, a sort of person that embeds all the characteristics, all the elements, the demographics that belong to the kind of person that you want to that you want to reach. And why is this important? Because all of these elements will need to be embedded and will need to be taken into account when you write content. Again, you're writing content for someone, and you need to humanize that someone in order to write content that actually resonates with him. And there are three main ways that you can do that. So there are three main ways you can follow in order to build your persona. You can interview your customers. This is an incredibly powerful tactic. We'll see in the next slide a few questions that you can ask in order to interview your customers. They are the people that have already trusted you. They are the people that are already giving you money. They're already helping you grow your business. So how about understanding who they are in order to find more of them and help them with your business and grow your business at the same time? So the first key thing is interviewing your customers. If you don't have already customers, so if you're in a startup phase, just go to your target customers, the one that you believe would be helped by your software, by your solution, by your agency, and ask questions. And most important of all, listen. Then you can see what's trending. Just Google other sites in your niche that are doing well and see what they're writing about. See what kind of content offers they are providing to their users. You just need to scroll through the first 5 or 10 results, the first page of Google, and see what's going on, see what's trending. There's another incredible tool that is called BuzzSumo that will help you understand what's trending on social medias when you search for specific keywords that are related to your niche. Again, this will help you understand what is going on, what people are liking, what people are sharing, and it will help you create a better content offer, and offer that is, again, tailored to your audience. Third, join forums. Forums that are related to your industry are the key to create incredible content that is tailored to your audience. Go there, see what people are asking, see what people are talking about. Because if someone is writing that, is asking a question on a forum, he will probably be also searching it on Google. Understand how they speak. So this is another secret. Brian Dean wrote an incredible article about how to use your target reader's language. Go on forums again, see what words they are using, and reuse them in your titles, in your text, because this means that you will create something that is really understandable by them and they can relate to. So here there are some questions that you can ask to your persona. How to run an interview. You can ask questions about their personal info, like age, gender, about profession, like job title, career, company size. What is your typical day like? For example, as you can see, you want to get very personal. You don't want to understand only the superficial information. You want to understand the details, the emotional details. What makes this person worry? What makes this person? What keeps this person awake at night? And how can you help them solve this problem? Or how can you help them catch this opportunity? And again, these questions and many more, there's a lot of material about how to interview personas, how to interview customers, are key to build, again, your persona. One thing that I would recommend is that when running interview, again, speak very little and listen a lot. And not just listen to what the person says, but also listen to the tone of voice that he or she uses. Also check out their body language if you have the chance to run interviews in person, because that will give you a lot of insights about what they're really going through and how you can help them solve this through your software, and so how you can communicate it with your content. So once you build the persona, then you need to design her journey. And this is a very key concept that we need to understand, is that your persona is not static. This means that from the moment that the persona understands, that a target customer understands that has a problem or an opportunity, to the point where he or she buys a solution that will help them solve the problem or make the most out of the opportunity, there are several different steps. And at each step, the person will have different questions, will have different doubts, will be looking for different types of information. That's why you need to build a journey. Here's a great representation of this buyer journey. We took it from HubSpot. They basically invented the whole inbound methodology and the buyer's journey that goes with it. As you can see, they frame the journey in 3 main steps. Of course, your persona may be going through different and several additional steps based on his specific path. But we can group them into three categories. We have the awareness stage, we have the consideration stage, and the decision stage. At the awareness stage, the person is still wondering what his problem is. So he feels he has a problem, wants to understand a little bit more, or he feels that he has an opportunity in front of her, and still wants to understand a little bit more. Then we have the consideration stage. This is where the person is aware of what the problem of the opportunity is, and is looking for solutions that will help him to solve the problem, or again, make the most out of the opportunity. And then he moves through the decision stage. Decision stage is the point where the person has chosen the type of solution that wants to adopt, and now is comparing different kind of service providers. And as you can see, each step of this journey requires different type of contents. In the awareness stage, we'll have ebooks, we'll have videos, we'll have, of course, blog posts. The consideration stage, we'll have case studies, sample, and webinars. And the decision stage, we'll have trials and demos, and website pages and pricing pages and so on. So different types of offers, of content offers, that tackle different questions for each specific stage of the journey. So remember, again, your persona is dynamic, it's not static. Then, of course, once you have everything set up, you need to start producing content, and you need to start producing a good volume of it, a good content offer. And here are 3 secrets to build a content machine. How can you make that happen? First, you need to involve your team. You and your team are those who know more about your target customers. You hang out with them every day. You talk to them. Your sales rep talk to your customers every day. Your CX rep talk to your customers every day again. So they have the information. They know what your users need, want, and look for. So you involve them in content production. Help them suggest ideas. You need to design a process, and a process that is streamlined and clear for everyone. Otherwise, this will create friction. So create a clear process that streamlines everything. And third, you need to use the right tools. So with respect to involving your team, the first thing you need to do is help them to learn how to write. And for example, at our company, at Content Tools, we created a presentation, 21 tips to write fast and well. And we presented it to the whole team, to the sales team, CX team. And we saw a dramatic increase in engagement in content production from them after we gave them some advice on how to jot the first piece of content on paper. Again, it's really hard to start writing. And if your team members don't have professional writing skills, they may feel hold back by this kind of insecurity. So help them contribute by teaching them how to. And this is incredibly powerful. You will have writers that have incredible insights about your business and customers, and these will be all for free. Then you need to design a process as we mentioned before. It's really important that everyone that joins content production knows exactly how the process will develop, so that it will not just get stuck in wondering what it should do, who it should send the content for, and so on. This is just a sketch of a very, very streamlined process. As you can see, we have the basic steps of writing, editing, approving, and fundamental, also in yellow here, we have the feedback step, which has to happen in between each phase and the next one, because this is the place where you both make sure that things are moving forward in accordance to what you guys have specified. So remember, again, the feedback step is fundamental when designing a process. Third, we say use the right tools. We're talking about free tools here, and of course there are paid tools as well. And but here are like 4 tools that can help you set up your content machines. We have the editorial calendar, of course. Every content team needs an editorial calendar. This is the tool that you use to monitor your content production, to plan the next steps, to know what's going to happen in the next months. And predictability is key when building a content machine. And then, of course, an idea pipeline. This is something that this is a tool that help you brainstorm ideas with your team. I'm going to send you a link with a template for the idea pipeline right after the webinar. And it's a simple tool that we've put together. And again, it's going to help everyone centralize the ideas that they have for your content production. And this is incredibly useful. Helps you organize everything in one single place. Then we have Google Docs, of course. Everyone knows that this is incredibly helpful to collaborate, with your team and write content. Of course, it's not integrated with the calendar, it's not integrated with the idea pipeline, and it's not integrated with all the other tools. But if you're just starting off and want to use some free software, Google Doc is definitely one of the best pieces of software around. And then we go to the content library, of course. This is another very powerful tool that you can add to your content stack, to your content tool stack. This allows you to centralize all the content that you have already produced in one single place, so that whenever someone needs to access this content in order to share it with your customers or prospects, he will know where to go. So many times sales reps or customer support reps are lost when they need to engage in a conversation with customers or prospects, because they don't know how to start. They don't know what material to send them. They don't know how to answer their question. If you have a centralized content library, everything will be there and easily accessible to everyone. So these are the tools that you need to build a content machine. And remember, fundamental involve your team. Now, let's move to the second step. We have design and engaging experience. Again, I'll leave the word to Valentine here, and because he's the expert. So up to you, Valentine.
Yes, thanks, Davide, for passing the mic to me. I'm actually looking for my slides, and I will kindly ask Ioana, which is here with me, to support me if she can see my screen.
Oh, by the way, do you want to share your screen so you can move forward?
Yeah, I think that would be the best.
Okay, so let me stop my screen sharing here, and I'll pass the slide to you now.
Yeah, so when we talk about design and engaging an engaging experience, what we need to take into account is the fact that we have three things that we should take care about. So first is to understand to whom we are actually talking, to whom we are, who is the person behind the device, the mobile or the laptop that it's actually gonna get something from us. Just a second to move a bit through my screens. Okay, hopefully now it's gonna work. So we need to take into account the segmentation, which means grouping your visitors in cohorts or in various segments that take into account the fact that they are common. So they share a common criteria, like they are all coming from the same traffic source or from the same city, or they've been engaged or not engaged. So that's the first thing, to group your audience and then to identify things that make them look alike. Then to make that interactive, so to use surveys and find out things about them so that you can understand their behaviors and their expectations. And third, based on the research that you've done, to adapt to their behavior by using any type of overlayers, interaction, or dynamic forms. So how a web experience usually looks like. First, what we do know is that the visitors are paying attention to anything, like we are paying attention to anything because of the fight or flight response. So the first trigger generates a dose of norepinephrine or dopamine, which means fear or pleasure, big enough to generate an action from our visitors. So either they remember something about your website or your blog, either they are browsing the internet, either they are having any type of emotion that remembers them about you. They are landing on your website. And then based on the scent of a reward, the user clicks and goes to the landing page. So being on the landing page, let's say it's a blog article or it's an infographic or it's any type of guide, they are paying attention for only 8 seconds. So the attention span of the human beings, thanks to the mobile, thank you mobile producers and the app producers, the human beings are incapable of staying more than 8 seconds on a single uh, thing. So to place their attention more than 8 seconds. So that means there are these cycles of 8 seconds where you need to re-engage them. So you need to continue the promise to them so that they can further go into your funnel. So that means either reading the article till the end of those 2,000 words that your SEO consultant told you to write it. Either that means subscribing to your newsletter. So the whole idea is that if anywhere in the funnel there's no obvious element that continues to deliver the promise of a future reward from the landing page and from the ad or from the initial trigger, the user will leave. And then there's the zero moment of truth that lasts a few seconds. Should I stay or should I go? And usually, as you can see in your Google Analytics account, the bounce rate on content actually is more than 80%, as other big names in this industry, such as Jeff Bullas, are stating. So if we know that, then we need to understand to whom we are optimizing and how, mainly, which are the handles, which are the areas that we need to take into account when we have an optimization plan. So what we have here are some questions. So we have to whom, so who is your visitors, and that who is your visitor, that means segmentation, like based on the behavior, based on geolocation, based on traffic source, weather conditions, data layer attributes, or company size, or whatever other common characteristics you have. So to whom and where pages in your funnel, which means top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, or bottom of your funnel, depending on what your conversion looks like. And what do we want to say to them? So these can be lead capturing forms, ebooks, reports, guides, anything which adds value to your audience. And then the incentives or objection treatment surveys or any types of offers. So this is what we want to say to the audience. So mainly, after you answer to those three things, you can also answer to the question when. So when means the trigger. Yeah, when you want to trigger this element, like on load, on exit intent, on scroll, on click, or after XYZ seconds when the visitor is on your website. So mainly, if you can build this process and if you can analyze correctly these things, not being too broad, like and not being too niched as well. So if you have like a website which gets like 50,000 visitors per month, you don't want to build more than 8 segments, let's say, because mainly these are going to be too small. But if you have 500,000 or 1 million visitors per month, maybe you would like to segment them even further so that you can generate you can interact with them with various things regarding to their needs. So going further, we have when the name of the event occurs, to whom, type of the visitor, then segment, where, on which page or set of pages or part of the funnel, what do you want to do? So you want to leave the website as it is, as a static material that you've added there and hope for the best, or you want to further incentivize or give them a content upgrade or value-adding material. So if you can answer to those 4 questions, then you can build a process, and conversion rate optimization is all a matter of process. So if you have a systemized approach on the conversion rate optimization, this is going to work. If you are just hoping for the best and trying to do some pop-ups here and there, it's not going to work. So mainly, it's like in life, you don't want to go to the gym every now and then. You want to go to the gym if you want to lose weight every day. So let's see some examples here. When exit intent behavior occurs, so that usually means when the visitor is abandoning your website, then you can trigger this type of interactions. And these are some interactions that we've made with Forbes for their premium newsletter. So instead of leaving the website visitors run away from their website, they've triggered these types of exit intent, which were relevant to the type of content that they've been producing. So on specific pages for specific users, the abandoning users, this is their what, yeah, the 10 stocks to sell for 2016, and that lead them to decrease the bounce rate by 72% and to generate 14% more leads. And another example is actually something that we've systemized, made it like a template for all the visitors which are coming from a specific traffic source, which are tech publishers. We want to give them something extra. So for the ones which are coming from biz journals, we've personalized our website so that they can generate more, so that we can generate more subscribers. And actually, this is something native in our platform already. So if you have this types of visitors, you can use this type of welcome bar, how we say it, to this toy, which allows the visitors to be confident that actually they've landed where they should, and also to make you a bit more endorsed by that website, that important website that referred the traffic to you. So the what is very important. So you can find out key facts about your visitors. You can find out buyer personas, motivations, and reasons to act. So without knowing these facts, you can't just push some interactions with discount codes or vouchers or anything like that. You want to know what to say to which person, instead of saying playing the same old song to everyone and hoping for them to dance. So that's an example from our own from our own blog. So we want to define our buyer personas, and we have this on Exit Intent, this survey, which allows us to understand which is our audience. So we have free readers persona, let's say. I'm a blogger, I'm just interested in reading and learning more about digital marketing, and I represent the company and I want to take our marketing to the next level. So these are our personas, and as you can see, by having this allowed us to get relevant answers, like 111 respondents with 7.44% response rate, which is pretty good, and allowed us to understand to whom we are writing for. So mainly we are writing for digital marketers. Yeah, more than half of our audience are digital marketers, and based on these findings, we can craft our content according to who's reading our content. But what you can do further is not only generate these insights so that you can further define your content strategy or trigger some kind of incentives or value-added materials or content upgrades, but you can also do logic branching surveys. So mainly logic branching surveys are something like a conversation scenario. So you can ask them, have you found what you were looking for? Then if they answer yes or no, or you can further craft this experience all the way. In our case, for the ones which are now answering that they are a blogger, we further have a conversation with them, asking me if they are interested to apply for our bloggers program to get our software for free. So mainly we have a program which is interesting for this type of reader persona, and instead of just finding out the facts, we can further, by using our software, craft the message further. So we can redirect them to a specific URL which will persuade them to apply for our program. So you can do many things with these types of branching logic surveys, because they are actually somehow like the real life experience, right? So if someone says something, you adjust to what he says, and you further have a conversation. You don't simply wait and hope for the best to happen. So you're not just an observer. You are a person that actually speaks to them. So the third part of our presentation is about testing and optimizing. I gotta tell you, this is a whole discipline in itself. So the testing and optimization, it's a lot of it's an important part of all the market of the digital marketing mix. So either if you are a small company, either if you are working into a digital company, or if you are working in a big company as a marketer, this is actually taking off, and this is becoming more and more important as the traffic. You get traffic from everywhere. It's becoming a science and an art to persuade the visitors and to optimize them by using testing. So what is the importance of A/B testing and how to run effective tests, what elements to work on, and how does a statistically relevant test look like, time versus visitors? So first of all, let's understand, if you are producing content, what types of elements can you do A/B testing on? The first, and I think is one of the most important elements, is the headline. So if it's an article, it's the title of the article. And we're going to see a few examples further from our own blog. Then the next one is the call to action. So what types of call to action are you using, or are you using any call to action, which is another interesting question. So if you want someone to reach some place in your company, you may want to set up some doors. So, and if you have the doors, which are, let's say, like these call to actions, if you don't have a door handle, then you can't have them there where you want them to reach. Another important thing is the layout of your blog or of your landing pages. This can be, you can do like a radical redesign and hope for the best by changing lots of elements. At the same time, making like a complete redesign, or you may want to do this radical redesign, test it first, and then see if this performs better. But for a let's say low to medium traffic website, I recommend to do this radical redesign and to use the overlayers, as small elements are not gonna deliver a far better experience, a far better results. So other types of elements that you can test are the images, the colors, the forms, and you can also use dynamic text replacement, which is actually a pretty cool thing that you can do. So let's say you have a visitor coming from a specific campaign which claims that you are the producer of the most helpful apples in the world. So if this is the campaign which has this claim of the healthiest apples, then your unique value proposition or your headline or whichever element that you have over there as text can be replaced with the UTM of your campaign. So in this manner, you don't have like a single landing page or a single page. You have lots of landing pages based on how many campaigns do you have. And this can be automatically changed based on the buyer persona and providing you the consistency to have an ad that matches the landing page. And this is a very important element that you can do A/B testing on. I'm going to show you how this is actually working. So let's say this is one of our articles on our website, on our blog. So if you go here with an A/B testing editor such as ours, you can edit the element, you can insert content, you can move elements, you can do whatever you want. So this is the initial title of the article, how to use exit intent for e-commerce websites. And by using our editor, actually the title of this article is different. And in this manner, you can track goals such as engagement rate, bounce rate, time on page, number of page views, and whatever other stuff like micro conversions that you are tracking and which are valuable. So I must tell you that conversion rate optimization is a process which takes into account not only a single element, but takes into account lots of elements. So it's like a domino, you know, you start with the small piece, the small details, the small gains, which are actually building up. Yeah, micro conversions are making your bigger conversions, right? Another test that we've been running on T-Mobile, it's a form optimization. So in this case study, in this example from T-Mobile, they had a form that wanted them to they wanted to persuade visitors to get to their services. But as you can see, the call to action is different. So this was, from our hypothesis, this was a far harder action which was asked from the visitors, like order now. But based on the personalization and based on the testing, we've only changed the call to action button, as you can see, like yes, call me. So this was much more easier to digest, you know, yes, call me. It wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna have to pay now. If I push this button, I'm gonna have to pay. But with this button, that meant, okay, these guys are gonna call me and we're gonna see how it works. So mainly this A/B testing form for T-Mobile lead them to 30% more leads from this new contact form. So if you want to see more details and if you want to understand the whole full spectrum of conversion rate optimization, we have this presentation which has like 42 slides. Is the whole process of conversion rate optimization that we've crafted in the last 4 years. It has like 10 steps. Each step is very important. And as anything in life, you need a systematic approach towards conversion rate optimization. So if you want to download it, here is the link. I'm pretty sure Davide is going to send you the presentation to all the ones that subscribe to this webinar. So wrapping things up, Davide, what I have as my last words is the change is the most important constant in this universe. So without changing things, we can't expect to different results. So that's why I think testing, optimization, analysis, proper analysis, deep diving into data will allow you to understand why your website is not as performant as you want it to be. So yeah, I think that's it from my end. I have a few things to say to you about OmniConvert. We are a conversion rate optimization platform. We have lots of features that you can use. Currently, we are being used on thousands of websites with more than 3 billion visits per month. We allow marketers to do surveys so that they can understand their visitors, to do A/B testing, to improve their pages based on solid data, to do real-time web personalization so that they can deliver a different web experience to different visitors according to the data that they have. And we provide them from our segmentation, which has like 40 different data points. And yeah, it's your time to shine, David.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Valentin. So yeah, we heard a lot about the optimization and OmniConvert, which by the way is an amazing tool. We're gonna start working together next week, I guess, right, Valentine? You're gonna show me around the tool that it's pretty amazing from what I saw so far. And now content tools. So what we are a content marketing management platform, a content marketing platform. So everything you saw before, like all the different tools that you need in order to get your content creation going, centralize all your content marketing efforts, coordinate your team, everything is in one place. From the strategy, the persona, the buyer's journey that we talked about before, to the idea pipeline, the content calendar, the editorial calendar, the content repository, the media library, and the editor, and also powerful analytics for your content production. Everything is centralized in one place. All the workflows are there, all automated, with automated reminders, notifications, and so on, so that you have everything organized, centralized, and streamlined. So both Valentine and I have a present for you guys. It's Christmas time, so we thought it would be nice to offer you a little present. So this is a 3 months, 3 free months for OmniConvert using the code that you see here, OmniWebCT. So hurry up if you want to get this amazing opportunity to get this awesome software, really incredible software for 3 months. And content tools as well. It's going to give you a present. You're going to have the chance to use our software for free for 3 months. if you actually sign up by the end of the year. So this is the coupon, C Tools, all caps 2016, and it's valid till December 31st. So if you guys sign up till December 31st, you'll be able to use our software for free for the first 3 months of next year, and you'll be able to boost your content marketing and automate everything. So we are right on time. There are 15 minutes left till the end of the webinar. I have a few questions here that I would like to, I guess some are more suited for you, Valentine. Some I can answer, and I would start with Paul. Paul is asking how to better craft buyer personas profile. So Paul, I hope that we answer your question with all the information that we shared during this presentation. Please, if you have additional questions, just feel free to ask, in the comments on the, it should be on the right of the video, or on Twitter at Content Tools. Just tweet us there, and I will reply. Then we have one from Florina, which asks, is it useful? Is it effective to add the first name in the subject line of an email? What do you think, Valentine?
Yeah, I think personalization can be useful, but it all has to do with what you're actually saying to the visitor. So is there any incentive over there? Is there anything that you can deliver them besides the name? So if you can, in this noise, I've seen statistics about C-level executives being bombarded with emails. So the number of emails that they are getting every day is around 170. After 2 years ago, they had only 100. So mainly they are seeing lots of emails. So seeing there your name can grab the attention of the reader, but if you don't add something valuable from the subject line directly, then I don't think this is gonna help too much. So it's not only the name, it is the name, but it's also the subject and the promise that you deliver to your email reader after they are opening it. So this is the first door, and I have an interesting, let's say, framework that I'm always taking into account. It's actually a steal from Heather Morgan from Salesforce. She taught me something very, very easy, actually. If I'm gonna read the subject line, does it gonna deliver me any kind of emotion, positive or negative? And if the answer is not, I mean, it's the same thing that I'm reading from all the senders, then the chances are that this subject line is not that good.
Okay, great. Totally agree. By the way, it's you need to be emotional somehow. You need to trigger some emotion. You explained it before. Emotions are what triggers our actions, what drives us towards an actions or the other one. And it's key that you embed them in your copy, either when you write your subject line, your blog post title, or your homepage tagline. So it's really important. And most important of all, as you mentioned again, is that you actually deliver the promise. Open rates are just vanity metrics if something doesn't happen afterwards, which is clicking and actually visiting your site. And that will only happen if you deliver on your promise, on the promise that you make in the title. So then we have another question from Mohammed that is asking, it's asking help to find a company that can help create strong content, solid content. So we don't directly create content. As mentioned, our solution helps you manage your team. But if you need someone to help you with that, just reach us out. We have a lot of partner agencies that create great content, have great writers, and we have also a community that can help you with that. So depending on your needs, we can direct you on the right way that you need the most. And then there is Boris that asked to share our favorite tools for personalizations that are easily pluggable in any e-commerce. I can think about OmniConvert, but you want to talk about this, Valentin?
Yeah, I think there are a bunch of tools that you can use, Boris. The whole idea is for e-commerce websites, the whole idea is what you want to accomplish. So there are tools which are actually free or which are just allowing you to push some type of content, but personalization has a lot to do with the buyer persona. So personalization doesn't mean that you just add content, but add rich content which is relevant to your audience. So mainly there is SumoMe, which is a free tool that you can use only to push some type of different pop-ups or overlayers or headers. Our solution is a bit addressed to serious marketers, which they want to do serious things like you want to do objection treatment for the ones which are abandoning your cart. So you can use these surveys with logic branching. So if they have a problem with the price, then you can give them a special discount code. Or if they have a problem with the delivery time, you can redirect them to the terms and conditions or your return policy or whatever it is. So mainly personalization. Our tool is a bit oriented to serious marketers that want to use not only overlayers without any relevance to your audience, but rich overlayers, like having even the weather conditions, or how many degrees there are outside, or how many orders have you done so far on your website, on their website. So if they are subscribed or not to your newsletter, because you don't want to annoy your website visitors with the same pop-up that prompts them to subscribe while they are already subscribed to your newsletter. So mainly there are tools and tools. Our tool is oriented to the marketers that are looking for a serious solutions, but I can recommend SumoMe, or I don't know. There are lots of WordPress plugins that I don't have their name.
Yeah. Why would you need? Why? I mean, you have your own software solution. So
yeah.
Anyways, so we have last question here, and it's from Sue, that is asking, my audience is composed by teenagers. How do I engage them? So Sue, with respect to this question, just keep in mind there is not a unique answer, of course. That really depends on the kind of product that you're trying to market, and so what's the specific niche that you're targeting. Of course, there are some general trends among teenagers. Something that is rocking, it's ephemeral content. So let's think about Snapchat. Let's think about Instagram live videos, and also live conversation. Facebook Live, Twitter Lives, or Periscope, basically. And so these are all things that are more engaging to them. And one interesting trend that we've been noticing in the last years is that teenagers don't really care about the package, let's put it like that. You don't need to create extremely high quality content in terms of video resolution, audio resolution. What they want is authenticity. And again, the trend that you can see in application like Snapchat and Instagram or Facebook or Twitter that use live broadcasting actually confirms that. So be spontaneous and be always on top of what's going on, of the latest, hottest trend, and this will help you engage them. As for the rest, again, you need to ask them. You need to see what your competition is doing. You need to see what they are looking for, what are the website they're engaging with, what are they sharing, and this will not only give you an idea of the topics that they want to hear about, but also about the content types. So the content types, again, is key. What kind of format should you address your content offer with if you want your target audience to engage with it? And again, there are so many different variables that the last advice, the ultimate advice is talk to them, interview them, check out forums, and build your buyer persona on the ground. So I guess, do you have any other advice, Valentin, anything that you want to add?
Yeah, so regarding teenagers, what I have to say is that they are really fast forward, they are visual, and they need to be intrigued. So mainly you need to challenge them on their own terms. You don't need to have this discrete way of asking them things. So if you want to disrupt their attention, if you want to break their pattern, you'll have good results, and that's for sure. Yeah. So mainly for teenagers, you need to, let's say, talk their language. Yeah.
Great.
That's my suggestion.
By the way, I'm writing this down as an incredible parenting advice that I will use in the near future when I'll have to deal with the
Yeah, actually, I have only 4 more years, and my daughter is gonna become a teenager. So
Okay, so I mean, it's great that you are getting into the nitty gritty of human behavior because it make everything easier, I guess.
yeah,
All right, so we're done here. We've been through all everything that we had to. Thanks a lot, you guys, for watching. Thanks a lot, you guys, for asking these amazing questions, and most of all, thanks a lot, Valentin, for joining us for this webinar. It's almost Christmas time. It's time to start enjoying this end of the year, and so thanks a lot again, Valentine.
thank you, David, as well, and thanks everyone for watching. And Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever your religion is or you believe in. Let's just keep it together because we are, all together here. So again, Happy Holidays. Have a great end of the year.
All the best, guys. Bye bye.